Alright guys, well I'm back today with another high value LPVO, and this is a brand new offering from Vector Optics. Companies are finally listening to what consumers want when it comes to their first focal plane options, and that's what this one is. The brand new Continental X10 1:10 first focal plane optic with a brand new reticle system called the VET-RAR, and if you were selecting this optic, that is the reticle I would choose. As you see in the intro, it's got a large center ring, allowing you to utilize the reticle system at the 1 power setting effectively for CQB shots, then zoom in and utilize the ranging built into the top of the reticle system, as well as the fine lines and hash marks for bullet drop compensation and windage. Too many times I've got a first focal plane LPVO on the channel and the 1 power setting is unusable for CQB shooting, and it's really a disappointment. Finally, companies are stepping it up, and Vector Optics released this impressive 1:10 that's about half the price of others that it's competing with. Again, a 1:10 that's actually usable at the 1 power setting and 10 power setting with very bright illumination, 34mm tube, and incredible glass. Something like that generally costs about $2,000, and this one is coming in at right at $1,000. Now there are other 1:10s on the market, even 1:10 first focal plane options that are cheaper than this, but what you're getting is a truly jack of all trades premium optic with good glass and a wide variety of features at an affordable price compared to some of the top tier components. Before we get too far into it, I do want to give a huge shout out to Palmetto State Armory for sending over a lot of the 308 to help make this video. They sent a lot of AAC ammo to put through this M1A in this Troy chassis system, and it was a blast to shoot, and the AAC ammo functioned great. A lot of times they offer deals on 308 ammo for some of the cheapest prices I've ever seen, at least in 2023 and 2022 anyways, and you can head over to the campsite page to gather a ton of that info, and a lot of that linking is over there. If you want more information about this optic as well as a discount code 704TACTICAL to save you even more money, you can find that in the description of this video. Now let's continue with this overview. What I really want to discuss is the general overview of this optic and how well it works down at the range, because for $1,000 that's a pretty penny, but when you remember what this is competing against, it's an incredibly high value. First thing I want to mention is the fit and finish and quality materials used on this optic. When you pull it out of the box, you feel like you're picking up a premium optic. Whether it be the locking turrets with very nice adjustments, the overall finish of the optic itself, or the feel of the zoom knobs, as well as the illumination knobs, you feel like you're getting a good scope. On top of that, they're using that monolithic tube made out of 6061 T6 aluminum with ED glass. Now, this is a German optics system that allows 93% light transmission. Now, what does that mean for the end user? It means you can start shooting or hunting earlier in the day before the sun comes up versus other scopes, and you can hunt later in the day as the sun is going down and at dusk versus other scopes. That 93% light transmission really is evident when you pick up and look down this optic. The fact that this is a 34mm tube also helps a little bit with that, but it also helps with the adjustments up, down, left, and right if you wanted to dial in. And the turrets make that incredibly simple with all of the labeling, the zero stop that's built in, and the adjustments that are just overall done incredibly nicely with these turrets. The illumination knob and side parallax are really cool. Not side parallax, just the illumination knob. The illumination knob has an off position between each illumination setting, and at the 10 power illumination setting, it's fairly daytime bright. Again, it's not going to compete with some of the fiber bundle systems that Vector Optics released, but this thing is incredibly bright. At the 1 power setting, the ring that you see in the intro can actually illuminate to be visible during the day, but I highly recommend on a sunny day you turn the illumination off and you use that black ring for CQB shooting. If you step into the forest, maybe under some shade trees, and you're under cover in like a deer stand, turn that illumination knob and it works as a red dot. The cool thing about this is it's a 1:10 that actually works at the 1 power setting without having a fisheye effect, a true 1 power setting to really have both eyes open, transition from target to target, and engage your target as you would be just utilizing a red dot. They've done an amazing job with that. It also has a very wide field of view and an incredibly nice eye box and eye relief, meaning how far left, right, up, and down you can be, especially for a 1 to 10. Now, as you zoom in, that eye box and eye relief tightens up, but at that 1 power setting, again, this is very similar to a red dot feel. Now, it's not going to be a 1-for-1 like you're looking through a pane of glass on a red dot, but it is very close and it's very usable. I also love the fact that they just use a very nice reticle system, and I want to talk a little bit about that combined with the glass clarity. A lot of times when you're looking at the 1 to 10, the glass clarity on the 10 power setting just doesn't work for distance shots well out to 1,000 yards. Although the 10 power may be capable of going to 1,000 yards, the glass clarity of some of the cheaper scopes makes it a little bit difficult to see, but this one, especially with the glass and lens system used, is perfectly capable of stretching it out. And that's why I threw it on top of this M1A. I feel like it's going to be an interesting rifle setup. This is a very interesting rifle. If you haven't seen the video on it, go check out some of the Pawn Shop Find videos and Pawn Shop Gun Haul videos where we grabbed this M1A and ran some rounds through it. It's a pretty interesting setup. With that being said, the M1A is known to be a little bit harsher on optics than other rifles, so I wanted to try this optic on top of there, and it's absolutely held zero with no issues whatsoever. It's worked out great when it comes to just sighting everything in and holding zero with no issues whatsoever. Vector Optics is known, especially with their Continental line, for really competing with top-tier optics on the market for remarkable prices, and this one is no different. It still is $1,000 though, but after you add some of those discount codes that I have in the description below, you can drop the price about to $900 or even cheaper depending on the sales going on. Again, I highly recommend you get the VET-RAR reticle system. That's what's competing with some of the EOTechs and Trijicons out there with that same style of reticle system. But again, this one comes in at about half the price and I think is worth every penny. Is it for you? I'm not sure, but I know I've fallen in love with this optic and I'm really excited to see what Vector Optics does to push the limits at affordable prices in the future. Again, all of the information as well as the campsite page will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.